So this is where we are right now. Okay. Alright, now we've inserted the shaft, the gear shaft, or the sprocket shaft into both of our supports right here and here. Now we can go and insert this protector for the bearing. It also stabilizes the bearing from moving side to side, so it's very important that we put this piece back in. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, let's go ahead and put it back right over the bearing. Get a good view. It should slip right over the bearing. Like so. Alright, make sure that it fits into its proper cutout. There we go, like so. Ah, my skeleton sticker came off. Ah, that sucks. Alright, let's go ahead and insert our first big screw over here. Just insert it. Alright, make sure that you have your spacer. Alright, your spacer. Make sure you have it, very important. And make sure that, sorry, wrong one. I'm supposed to use this with the cover here. Make sure it fits, aligns itself properly. Alright, just give it a few little screw-ins, like so. So that way it can hold the assembly over here. Let's go ahead and insert our other screw. Get it over here. Alright. Move it over so you guys can see. Like so. And this is the tricky part. Like before in my other video, we want to go ahead and put this small little spacer in this slot right here. Alright, I can't really hold the camera this way, so I'm going to have to block this part out a little bit for you guys, but I have a really good shot of doing this exact thing on my other video, the transmission video, when I take apart this part of the motor. So go ahead and watch that if you want to see how I place this spacer back in. I have a really good shot of that, so I'm going to go ahead and do this pretty quick. Alright guys, as you can see, I fit in the spacer there just perfectly. Now I can go ahead and tighten it just a little bit. I can do the same thing here on the screw. So go ahead and tighten those screws just a little bit, not all the way. We got that part done. So now we're gonna go over to our tricky part over here. Alright, below you can see a belt bearing right here. Now, some of you are most likely going to make the mistake of running the belt under this bearing. As you can see, the belt has to be on top of this bearing. If you put it under, your belt will snap while riding. Alright, you have to be very careful. Make sure this belt is on top of that shiny bearing. Alright, very, very important. This bearing also helps the smoothness while riding. It creates a very smooth ride on the scooter. So very important. Alright, so let's go ahead and put this belt on. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and work our way onto this belt. Lift it up a little bit. Go ahead and place it over the sprocket as much as you can. We're going to go ahead and rotate it so that the belt fits over the sprocket here. So go ahead and make sure it does that same exact thing. And don't forget to work, like first you need to place the belt underneath the sprocket, and then it's going to be a little bit uneven up here. You're going to have to rotate the tire for it to prop right back onto the wheel sprocket over here. Now we're going to go ahead and insert these tiny little screws into these holes right here. So let's go ahead and start off by doing that. Alright guys, I hope you've all inserted your screws, your 3 screws right here. Make sure you tighten them very, very well. Alright. There we go. Everything seems to be aligned here. Make sure that it's pretty tight. Not too tight. Make sure that these screws over here, nice and tight. Alright. Seems like we've aligned everything pretty well. No problems here. So let's go ahead and run this baby. See if we find anything suspicious going on, or just let's find out and see if I did everything right. Let's go ahead and start her up. Alright, let's rev it. Alright guys, it seems like everything's working pretty well. Alright, if you hear a buzzing noise, that is not a good noise obviously. That buzzing noise, 99% of the time will be coming from these supports that I was earlier talking about. These supports right here. Make sure they are tight. Alright, if they are not tight, your sprockets will move from side to side, and that will be the cause of the noise. Alright, so watch out for that. Make sure that these 2 supports of the sprocket shaft are nice and tight. Alright guys, so before you actually ride the scooter, make sure you rev it. Alright, rev the engine, make sure the tire is free, not touching the ground, and see if everything's working pretty well. So I hope I helped you guys, and if you need any more help, go ahead and email us at support@mountainmotor.com. Thanks for watching.